Have you ever stopped and asked yourself who decided what success was? Is this it? Most people spend their entire lives chasing things they never consciously chose. What if you've been running on a treadmill your entire life and didn't even know it? You wake up, you go to work, you pay your bills, you buy stuff, you repeat. But have you ever asked yourself why? The Roman philosopher Seneca, he said, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. I've definitely been guilty of that. My name is Mark, aka Create Lifestyle. I help people, especially those over 50, break out of outdated beliefs so they can create freedom, abundance, peace of mind, residual income, and leave a powerful legacy. And if you're under 50, you can certainly glean some insight here and perhaps shave decades off of your evolution and the achievement of your goals and unnecessary struggle. I call all of this escaping the matrix. Some people call it breaking out of the rat race. This is all a big part of social conditioning. And I'll be talking about freedom, consumerism, having a purpose, and just basically mastering yourself. And why most people are living a life they never consciously chose. You were just indoctrinated into it, conditioned into it, and then you're just trapped in this thing that I call the Matrix. But most people think the Matrix is a movie. I think it's more of a mindset. It's the invisible programming that tells us to go to school, to get a job. If you want a good job, go to get more schooling. And then you just work for 40 years, keep up with everybody else. And then one day you ask yourself, where did my life go? I know growing up, for me, I would always hear my dad say things like, where did time go? And I'm starting to understand what he meant by that. So I asked the same question, where did time go? And I submit to you that we have time, but we waste a lot of it. We're kind of trapped in this rat race. Wake up, work, spend, wrench, repeat, then repeat it again the next month, the month after that. And then this is disguised as being normal, and this matrix just tells us to just keep running. But nobody ever tells us to stop and ask, what are we running towards? Most desires, they're not even ours. Society tells us what success looks like. It tells us we want the house with the white picket fence. It tells us what we should drive, what we should wear, what we should want. And then the media amplifies it. Commercials all over the place. People living the good life, whatever that is. And before long, you're out there buying things to impress people that aren't even thinking about you. That's not freedom, that's programming. So understand that freedom, it's more than money. Yes, we need money. Yes, we need that financial freedom, and it certainly matters. But financial freedom, or freedom, is not only financial. If you spend 80 hours a week getting this financial freedom, and then when it's time for you to retire, you die, you get sick and die, was it all worth it? I've known people that live that way. I've known people that worked hard all their lives, and as soon as they hit retirement age, they got sick and passed away. You probably know some people like that too. And that actually happened to my mom. Kind of sad as I look back and think about it. But she worked hard her whole life, and now it was time for her to retire, to enjoy her life, because that's what they told us. And then she got sick. Less than a year after she retired, she got very sick and didn't live very much longer after that. So rest in peace, Mom. You're always in my heart. Anyway, most people have money, but they don't have the peace. Others have status, but no purpose. Freedom is this holistic thing, and that's what it is that we're working towards. So I call this escaping the matrix, and I'm not saying go out and quit your job. I'm talking about waking up. I'm talking about asking questions. Why do I want this? Is this goal really mine? Am I chasing a purpose, or am I chasing approval? Awareness is where freedom begins. If I'm making sense, share, subscribe, follow. Understand that freedom, it starts with conscious choices, not reacting, not following the crowd, not living on autopilot, but one choice at a time, one habit at a time, one belief at a time. This is how we create this new reality. In closing, most people are trapped in this rat race. Many desires are programmed into us. The society that we're living in, they want conformity. They want you to do what they want you to do. They make all these laws to stop you from doing certain things, just to kind of keep you in a box. But your freedom begins when you start living with some intention. So understand, most people spend their lives climbing a ladder only to discover that it was leaning against the wrong wall. Freedom begins the moment you stop climbing and start asking questions. Like I always say, the only way out is in peace, one love, and control your destiny.